Springer. We haven't done this since the lofty days of the Book of Revelation.
We haven't. It was fun. We should do this more often. So one interesting thing about this passage that really struck me as I was reading it is this is another one of those interludes where the prophetic message zooms out to this huge level. A lot of the prophecies in Isaiah are about specific tactical things that God is doing. God will do this in order to do that. This thing will happen. This will be the sign. This is the result. And all of a sudden you zoom out, right? You see something about the heart of what God is trying to get to or drive to.
Before we read the passages, I'm going to ask you the same two questions that I'm going to ask the man or woman on the street. Here we go. Which is a greater threat to us right now, Russia or China?
I would have to say neither. I think the greatest threat to ourselves is probably ourselves.
Hey gang, I'm at the old standby about threats to our national security. Who's the greater threat, Russia, China, or something else? Guess we'll find out. How do we neutralize that threat?
My name's Doug Johnson.
Doug, thanks for helping me.
Yeah.
Go Longmont Trojans.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you one of the coaches? Or?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So this week, the questions have to do with sort of national threats. So
yes.
Who's the bigger threat to our national security? Would you say the Russians or the Chinese?
I would say the bigger threat to our national security is the hearts of men.
Okay.
And our lack of character, our lack of following God. Jesus is the only way. And so I think we got to spread Jesus and clean up on the inside, because if the inside gets destroyed, the outside will take it over. And so those two things both worry me, but not nearly as much as us cleaning ourselves up from the inside.
That's good.
Cheryl Metzler.
Thank you, Cheryl, for helping me. I'm Alex. So
hi.
This week the questions are about our national security, and the question is, who do you think is a greater threat to our security? Would you say it's Russia or China, or do you have an opinion about that?
I don't.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Was a little tough on you.
Martha Dupin.
Thank you for helping me. I'm Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Do you think one of these two countries is a greater threat to the United States, Russia or China?
China.
Okay, and why do you say that?
Because both places want to take over the United States, and we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Okay, that makes sense. How do we neutralize threats like these? Maybe you're saying the answer is spiritual.
No, the word says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And it's like what Paul did when he finally converted, and he said he must have been so frustrating, because he said, if you jail me, I'll do it for the gospel. If you set me free, I'm going to spread the gospel.
Yeah.
And if you kill me,
I'm done.
I'm going to be done for the gospel.
I'm
and no matter what you do, Jesus will be glorified. And so I'm going to start there, end there, and stay there.
What do you feel like would help us be more secure in general, maybe as a country or as people? Is there things that we can do to be more safe or secure?
Have more security.
Yeah, more security. And how can we protect ourselves against someone like China?
Tell the other two countries they need to work together with us.
Okay, work together and not be against each other.
Yeah, and stop hurting the Holy Land. Leave them alone.
Okay.
But that's God's country, not our country. Leave them alone. Stop picking on them so much.
Every nation is a mix of good and bad. Every nation has people that are pulling for Team God, people that are fighting against Team God, fighting each other.
Well, that sort of sounds like the Isaiah viewpoint, that the issue isn't your enemies, it's the issue, how are you doing? In Isaiah's case, how are you doing in your worship? How are you doing with God? So, well, you might have answered the second question already, but we'll see. What would end these threats? Either if it was Russia or China, how would we end this threat?
I don't know that these threats have an end, because life is a continual dance between a continual war between the better angels of our nature and the animal within, trying to do this writ large. I'm an engineer. I love solving problems. And it drives me crazy that I can't fix the fact my kids leave their socks on the ground. I mean, I can cause another problem by yelling at them a lot, but I can't necessarily it's not like a thing to be fixed.
Yeah.
It's an experience to be walked in.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for a teaching moment if you're lucky,
Yeah.
but it's not like imagine
learning patience, learning
yeah,
tolerance.
and if you think we have it bad, imagine God's frustration bringing through this passage in Isaiah saying, if you guys would only listen to me and follow me, things would go easier. Why are you not paying attention to the things I am trying to tell you?
Mercy over me, over me, red rain.